Dad, you ready?
But he got all of them on film. Yeah.
Official ready.
I think I am. If
Okay.
All right, Grandpa, so today is Veterans Day. It's a great day to talk to a veteran. You are our favorite veteran.
Oh, well, thank you. I spent time in Vietnam. I was flying in and out of Vietnam, not as a pilot now. I was a crew member. I was using the airplanes as part of my job. I'll leave it like that. Korea was one that most people didn't know too much about. You think of North Korea and South Korea. But at that time, it was cut into quarters. So you had Northeast, Southwest, or whatever. I was in the Southwest area, which was relatively quiet by comparison. And the east side is where the real heavy combat was. And the reason for that was the Chinese wanted the reservoirs that were over there. They wanted the water. I was shot at. I wasn't in heavy combat, thankfully.
Your job for a good chunk of the Korea stuff was radar, wasn't it, Grandpa?
All radar.
It was all radar.
I was a radar controller. Now, at that time, everything was manual. We had the radar scope. We were in a dark room, and we had a pencil. Well, we'll call it a grease pencil, but it was a black pencil, and we would track where we were going, track the blips. Now, we called those in, and they were identifying them because North Korea did have a few fighters that could come down. They had one called Bed Check Charlie. He'd come down a lot at night. He'd come by and throw a hand grenade out and go on, but he managed to break a few light bulbs and so forth. It was more the nighttime entertainment, I guess. You know, he comes by, the sirens all go off, we all find a ditch, and we watch him. I was in Korea 18 months, and truly it was combat because we were always on alert. I mean, let's face it, this was a very hot area. There was 475,000 in the North Korean army that were trapped because that Incheon invasion spearheaded right into the center of them.
What was this one here now?
This was the Incheon invasion. This is about the 5th or 6th day when we went in and they put us on the wall with our radar. There was a 21-foot tide drop, and while they're unloading and so forth, the tide went out.
Oh no.
So they're all laying in mud out there, and that's why they wanted the radar. When the tide finally come back in, they could float them all out. Then the danger was gone. But you had to be very careful because you didn't know who was your friend. You just didn't know. The Incheon invasion, that's what broke the back of the North Korean army. It was later that the Chinese got into it. That's another whole story.
Well, I really appreciate you serving our country. We really appreciate it. That's a big deal.
I'll set up your billing for these.
And also for sharing your stories. This is so cool. We're looking forward to sharing it. And
I might figure out a way to get another one for you later on.
Well, that sounds
Thank you now.
Thank you for watching, and we will catch you on Friday for another weekly peek. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I was about 9 months in the service. We got off of the boat and they took us out of Busan, 10 miles maybe, and said, okay, we're going to sleep on the floor in the school. Did not volunteer. I was volunteered to full guard duty that night. Brand new GI, first night in a combat zone. I got stuck on guard duty. I don't remember what the time was. Didn't make any difference. It was all dark. There was a wind blowing, enough to make these little bushes dance out there. Those bushes looked like they were coming down the hill.
Oh.
Believe me, I'm really high alert. The latch on the door let go, whirled around and slammed, and I put 30 slugs through that.
Oh, no.
The M2 carbine was full automatic, and I full emptied it. Needless to say, I was immediately relieved of duty, picked up some extra training. Anyhow, that's my first day in Korea. It's what I'm going to remember the rest of my life, yes.